Okay, guys, I am here for what it's worth. Okay, this is dumb. I don't know what this means. Hold on. Okay. Orientation is locked. The rotate device. I did rotate the device. Okay. I don't know. I've got a new device, so I'm trying to work with it. So just bear with me just a minute. Um, let's see here. Because it's supposed to. Let's see how the shit looks. Because yeah, I guess so. I guess this will work. Because I mean, this doesn't even look right. But nonetheless, we are here, people. And as I promised, I will go live for you. And we have some very interesting news this morning that couldn't wait. It did really kind of trump my last year's live stream or yesterday's live stream. And it was crazy because I'm looking at this and I'm like, all right, what did I just listen to? Now, I want to start off, first of all, this started last week, okay? Hold on a second. Let me try to lock it and then let's see how that goes. Okay, orientation is locked. Rotate the device back. Hold on a second. Let me see how this looks, because this is weird. Okay. I don't know what's going on with this here. But because now it's showing that I'm live. Okay, cool. All right, now. So, because I can barely see you guys on one because one's not giving me the full scoop. But we can start from the beginning. St. Don, more Matchroom sponsored bulls. Kurt, no, not at all, not at all. This here is from the gift horse, and when you guys find out who the gift horse is, you're going to trip out. Okay. Andrew SH23, welcome to Counterpunch Silver. Counterpunch Silver in the building. That's my favorite color, actually. If you guys don't know, silver is my favorite color. I don't know if you knew that, right? By looking at what I've got on, what I have on today. Mama Lou, hello, Counterpunch to you. Ask Skip in the building. We live. Charlene, hey. Stash 360, what's up, Kurt? Ask Skip, big news. Absolutely. Very big news. Very big news today. DTEAD, D-Ted, trying to not drink this weekend, but your head just reminds me of a Guinness right now. All right, I'll take it. I like Guinness. Greenmont Avenue, counterpunch to you, brother. Sayi, Isaac, Ayatan, peace. JSJ, Pointer, shout out from London. Ulasan, Daniel, counterpunch to you, brother. Maximus, Thrax, happy weekend. We have MG, Inspiration 108, greetings from London. Lee Fisher in the building. What's this about? I have tickets. Please don't be ped related. I can't promise that. I cannot promise that because, okay. Let me get through it, everybody. Let me show everybody some love. I got to show everybody some love. What the hell? Okay, cool. All right. So, Birmingham, Barnett Bramble, Birmingham in the house. Yinka, counterpunch to you. Davy Reed, Prince from Scotland, my brother. Counterpunch to you. Now listen. Where should I start off with? Let's start from the beginning. I think that makes more sense. All right. We did the final released face off. I mean, the whole thing, not the little, don't disrespect me, Daniel. You can't intimidate me. You can't intimidate me, right? We finally got an opportunity, the luxury, to see the whole thing, all right? We've seen the whole thing. We were able to check it out in its entirety. And there were some things in there when we saw it live together. If you guys were on that live stream, shout out to you guys. And there were some things together that we saw and that we pointed out that people asked me about because of my expertise in a particular place. Okay, and I was like, well, that's just this. Okay, and a lot of people were insinuating that it was this and it really was that. Okay, what I'm talking about was this had everything to do with Mr. Daniel Dubois. Daniel Dubois went to Brazil. Okay, before that, Daniel Dubois was asked from 25H, which is, of course, the management company of Anthony Joshua, hey, why hasn't Daniel Dubois signed up for VADA? Why hasn't he signed it up for testing? If you guys can remember that. If you guys remember what I said about that, I was like, oh, that was kind of strange. Why would 258 have to publicly put Daniel Dubois on blast as though he's not doing his job? Now, we haven't heard from Daniel Dubois never to do his job. That's why it's a red flag. So you have never heard of Daniel Dubois in any kind of conversation of taking PEDs. Never. Okay? We just known him to be a young bloke. We know the rumors of what he did to AJ or knocked him out or stopped him or make him do the stanky leg and all that stuff. We've heard about all that, right? We've heard about that. However, right, when that popped, people started going, what's up with that? What's really up with that? Like, what's going on with that? Because, that's kind of strange that they're doing it. Now, I know for the Dubois fans, you could say, well, you know what? They just did that to kind of, throw a little, monkey in the wrench, throw a little, shade. But at the same time, it did make you suspicious, right? Okay. So fast forward, really, it's not a fast forward because you remember at the same time, the face-off happened back then. The face-off just was released last week. It didn't happen last week, okay? If you guys checked with me, it didn't happen last week. It happened then, if you guys can remember. So then I received all types of inboxes, comments from a lot of people saying, you know what, nah, man, Daniel Dubois, he went to Brazil to juice. And what we known of Brazil, okay, I have a visa. I have a Brazilian visa, okay, because I used to live in Brazil. Okay. And what we known of that was because things changed, that you have to have a visa and then you'd have to apply for a visa. And that takes 2 to 3 weeks. When you get the visa, it's attached to your passport. Then therefore you can go there. Okay. That's what we know. But it changed. All right. And for the UK citizens, you don't need one, obviously. Lucky ducks. Go figure. But we did. Okay. And they're reinforcing that. Right. So my thing was, why did he go there? Right. And people were quick to respond. They were quick to protect. Right. They were quick to do damage control. And this was, of course, the reason or the responses, plural responses. Oh, Kurt, he has a Brazilian girlfriend there. Do you guys remember that? Yes or no? Do you guys remember that? Big Smoke, liar. Who's Big Smoke? Ask Skip, I hope mean tested. Dubois went to Brazil 2 weeks after the Hrgovic fight. The face-to-face interview was in June. Same month he fought Hrgovic. Okay, exactly. Like I said, it was not now. It was then. Okay, they just posted the face-off. Okay, you guys remember that. I want you to stay with me because this is going to get deep. This is going to get deep. And I'm going to do this tastefully. Okay. And the crazy thing about it, I went with it because I was like, okay, that makes sense. You know, I've lived in Brazil. Again, I've lived there. Okay. And I was engaged to a girl there. So therefore I lived there. You know what I mean? I had plans to do further things there and a little bit here. You know what I mean? Like here, then there. You know what I mean? Hey, have a home base here and then, you know, live there because I love the country. I literally love the country. You know, I love the weather. You know, it's hot as hell. You know, I love the beaches. I love to swim. I love the water. I'm a Libra. What do you want from me? Right? So I love to train. I love MMA. I love boxing and stuff like that. So all these things were available to me. Now, why not believe Daniel Dubois? So I went with it because everybody was like, nah, man, he got a girl over there. So moments like a day or two after that, I was like, okay, I seen a picture. It was someone posted a video, you know, some cat, I don't know. It was like some kind of gold digging, like kind of derogatory one because, you know, of what's going on with Wilder probably and all this stuff. So, you know, it was like, oh, well, is this, you know, he regards as his Brazilian queen. He called this girl his Brazilian queen. Okay, no problem. You know, so I'm like, okay, that's his girl. Right? So I'm sitting here like, okay, cool. So I made a video on it. Like, okay, hey, the Brazil trip explained to shut everybody up. Now, understand this. This wasn't for pro AJ fans. This was for pro Dubois fans. For all the people that were saying, no, Kurt, you got it all wrong. He went there to see his girl. You know, he's dating a girl and she's Brazilian. You know, and I was like, okay. Because if you look back to last week when it dropped, or was it early the week before last? One of those, right? Whenever they dropped the full face-off, Daniel Dubois had this look like, I just came back from Brazil and I'm shaking. Right? If you guys can remember that. He just had this look. I'm like, whoa, what's that look about? And everybody asked me, Kurt, what is that? And then AJ even asked him, well, what were you doing in Brazil? You know, he was just like, you know, what were you doing in Brazil? Like, and then the response was weird. That's why I responded the way I responded. And my take on it was totally different because he was like, yeah, you know, 11 hours, you know, my legs are shaking. My legs are shaking. What? Yeah, you know, yeah, I went to Brazil. And then Frank really said something weird or off. He says, he can't tell you. Well, then I start thinking, well, if he couldn't tell you, well, why couldn't he tell you about somebody that he was dating? Okay. So that was a red flag. But make no mind, because you guys convinced me enough. The inboxes, the intel that I received, okay, via WhatsApp. Oh no, Kurt, you got it wrong. Daniel Dubois don't juice. He's a clean fighter. You know, there's no reason for that. And I was like, well, I didn't say he was juicing. You guys said he was juicing. First of all, I never said he was down for the juice. Okay, the only person that questioned his drugs and our status was Team Joshua, not Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News. You guys know what I said. You know what I said? I said he was down there slamming. He was down there soiling his royal oats. That's what I said. Because that's what anybody does when they had a fight like he's had and he's a single man. But everybody tried to convince me that he ain't single. Oh, no, he ain't single, bro. His girl from down there. You got it all wrong. I don't think his girlfriend would like that if he went to a different place or a city in Brazil to look for snatch. Okay? So that's how that was. And I was like, okay, whatever you say, because if he's a single guy, he has every right to go to another place or a bunch of beautiful women and, you know, try to take his pick of the litter. You know what I mean? It didn't stop people from America, right? People comes in droves down there, flying there as we speak to do exactly what I thought Daniel Dubois was doing. Okay, are you guys with me? I want you guys to stay with me. So I was like, cool. So I bought the girlfriend bid. I have no problem with that. It was no problem to me whatsoever. I didn't really, it didn't bother me. I just thought, I did the video. I explained the girl that I seen him with because it was some pictures, some photos, some images that were posted on Instagram, on social media, on other videos. That this is the woman, the young lady, beautiful young lady, right? That he's with, and I'm like, good for him. I didn't know that. I don't know everything. Until we know, then we all know. Then I let everyone know. So that's why I made the video. Bars, right? So since I made the video, that was maybe, what was it? Let's see. When was it? Not without a visa, they're not. Look, heard again. Daniel hid in a garbage bin from Vada in Brazil. See, that's what I'm talking about. You see, those are the type of comments exactly right there. That, hey, he was hiding or running from Vada, right? So the girlfriend bid protected comments like that and, insinuations like that from happening. Well, he had a reason to go there. Now check this out, okay? So yesterday, shout out to my man, Michael, okay? We're just going to leave it at Michael. He knows who he is, all right? So he sent me the Instagram to the Brazilian queen of Daniel Dubois. And I saw it. And I started thinking, and I started following her. I started going through the pictures. This is all yesterday. And something just didn't add up to me, right? And I was like, okay, well, if that is his girl, I mean, I knew it was the girl because it's followed by Daniel Dubois. Daniel Dubois follows this lady. Same lady that we seen on the pictures that broke to explain why he was in Brazil, right? Okay. So the weird thing was, here's the weird thing. Okay, I want you guys to stay with me. There was no pictures of Daniel Dubois whatsoever. And I just thought that was strange, right? And I was like, okay. So I just began researching. I started looking at the current material. I began looking at the present videos because she frequently posts, and some when she was in London and some when she was in Brazil, but mostly in London. I'm like, okay, well, this lady's in London then, like she's in London like recently, right? She was at Big Ben and things like that, So listen. Stay with me. All right. So I'm like, okay, weird. But I decided to do a video. Now, this was right before my live stream. So I was like, I got 40 minutes. I got a little time. So the video was, let me ask the question, why don't you see this in this video? Did the whole video, edited and everything, was going to post it right before the live just to get it out there for a different audience, right? You people are not going to believe this. You're not. And look, I don't know if this is impeccable timing because it kind of freaked me out. Okay. The deal is, okay, I was about to post it. I was right about to post this particular video. Well, I'm glad I didn't. And I'm going to tell you why. Because Mrs. Fox contacted me yesterday and she was pissed. I mean, this lady was pissed off and she was like, look, and I'm paraphrasing because I'm not going to say it word for word because I don't like reading messages, but I'm going to tell you what she said. She was like, can you take that damn picture of me down from your video? And I was like, wait a minute. I said, wait. You mean, because I asked, I was like, well, what video are you talking about? And she was like, I said, wait, do you mean the video that I, that cleared Daniel Dubois on why he went to Brazil? She said, yeah. And I was like, oh, snap. Okay. And I was like, okay, I'm sorry. She was like, look, first of all, I have a private life, you know. And she was like, I wasn't even in Brazil when he went. I was in the UK. So don't bring me or any of my business in that with that. And I was like, oh, snap. Right? And I was like, oh, yeah, exactly. Pretty much. Skrilla 50. Pretty much. She was like, look, take that down. And then she didn't say it like, she wouldn't a bitch about it. She wouldn't like that. She wouldn't like that. But it was almost like somebody was like, here's the deal. It got personal. It almost was like that Chantel thing. I don't know if you guys know about that Chantel situation, the Telly Swift situation. But that's crazy. But she was like, I wasn't even there. So don't even put me in it. And I was like, okay. And she explained that he was in one place and she's from another place. Okay. And it was just his fans. I just want his fans, get this, to stop sending hate and stupid messages to me. This is interfering with my personal life. And I was like, oh, snap. My fault, because based on my intel, I made videos on something I had nothing I didn't know anything about, you know, and she says, hey, I'm not a bad person. I'm a person that respects people and everyone. I have respect for people, you know, hey, just please take down that video. She wanted me to take down the photo because she didn't want her name or anything attached to it, because obviously, and here's the deal, Mr. Dubois was sitting there he went to a certain place in Brazil. And he was there scouting chicks. Okay? He was there scouting chicks. He wasn't there to see a Brazilian girlfriend, because she made it known, I ain't the Brazilian queen that he was talking about. I may be a Brazilian queen, but I ain't his Brazilian queen. And I want you to know, and this is from her, like, listen, don't be sending messages to her if you're a fan of Dubois. Because what you think you know, you don't know. Since I have a platform, I say, well, look, this is new to me. The only reason I made the video is because there were people from his camp. There was other sources telling me that you guys were together. That's why he was going there. And she was like, no, that's all a lie. Again, she didn't go too far into it. Now, she is a Dubois fan because she's picking Dubois to beat AJ. Oh, she's picking Dubois to beat AJ, but no, Daniel Dubois didn't go there for that. Now, to be fair, it wasn't Daniel Dubois saying that I went there to see her. Now, I want to make that clear because people got it, twisted. They think that Daniel Dubois made this up. No, Daniel Dubois, based on his facial expressions, he went over there to slam. He went over there to James Earl Jones, Joffrey Jaffa, Saulus Royal Oates. And that was another thing she mentioned. She was like, look, that has nothing to do with me. Then I don't appreciate him or anybody else, including me, posting pictures of her. And I was like, oh, okay. You know what I mean? So I'm like, oh, snap. She may be a paid situation. But listen, if that's a paid situation, I don't know how and why they would pay her if she's not going with the narrative. You see what I'm saying, King Mike? So if that was the case, I'm like, okay, well, all right. If that's how it's going to be, if this is what's about, it would go along with what we already had, and there would be no reason for her to reach out to me. You know what I mean? Understand this. This is a little different than what we think it is. This is a personal issue because her father came to her and was like, look, this is what I seen, and this is what the narrative is. The narrative is you were the person that Daniel Dubois picked up in whatever part of Brazil he went to. As a result, you're the reason why he went there, and that was not the reason. Okay? And again, A lot was revealed to me, but you know me, I protect my sources' information because I don't let everything out like that. I'm not that type of person. But I will tell you, that is that. Okay? That woman does her thing. Danny Dubois went down there to do something totally different. Okay, so whoever y'all saying, oh, he got a Brazilian girlfriend, wherever y'all heard that from, go back to where you heard it from and tell whoever you heard it from, liar. False. That's not true. Okay? That is not true whatsoever. Okay? Can you summarize the story for dumb folk like me? Listen, Daniel Dubois said he went to Brazil. People supported Daniel Dubois or protected him because people were saying that he was on the juice because he did not sign up for VADA on time. Okay? And again, I never said he was on the juice. I never said, hey, you know what? I think Danny Dubois is juicing. Now, I did ask questions. I asked you guys, what do you think? Is he juicing? Okay. And then, based on that, I was like, okay, well, if you guys think he's juicing and on the juice, that's it. But, you know, he signed up for VADA. Okay. He did go to Brazil because what we found out last week in the full face-off is that he went to Brazil. And the way he was talking is he didn't look like he was a juiced up guy. He looked like he was a juiced out guy. He looked like he was juiced out because he was talking about my legs were shaking and stuff like that. Yeah, that's amateur. That's amateur hour. See, what I mean by that is, you know, like legs shaking. Those are the things that happen to you when you are very, very immature, or not immature, very green in that type of activity. He's juicing carrots and oranges every morning. He probably is. So no, I'm looking at that like Danny Dubois just went down there to soil his royal oats. Exactly. Mike Hall. Leg shaking happens post-marital bliss. Exactly. Or Marshall. Yeah, marital. That's right. Kurt, I've literally seen that girl post under some posts that include Danny Dubois as well. Okay, here's the thing. What she told me. Okay, I'm just telling you what she told me. And this, look, I think that word is bond. Stop going around the houses during your summary, man. Okay, it's my house. I can do whatever I want. Lee Fisher, technique and timing alone wins this for AJ. Yeah, he's juiced out, meaning Danny Dubois went to Brazil for another reason. Okay. Women weaken legs. That's right. Legs are shaking. Yeah, that means wait. Yes, I know what that means. I know what he was trying to say. You know? Oh, Isaac, what's up, man? You missed the whole live stream. You supposed to came. But listen, he cycled off the pads. Okay, people are going to believe that. People are going to believe that, hey, he was off the juice, on the juice. They're going to believe that. Whatever. It doesn't really bother me. I don't care. What concerns me is what I was told to be truth. That woman wouldn't have contacted me. She contacted me, bro, she inboxed me. And we had this long conversation. She is not involved romantically with that man. Period. That's what that means. So the lie, everyone's trying to talk about, stop trying to protect a grown man. Danny Dubois is a grown man. He's 27 years old. He's grown. If this man went out there to slam 20 chicks in Brazil, that's what he did. If he went out there to cycle off pads, that's what he did. But if he does do that, AJ will have another situation where another fighter had to do something in order to beat him. That's all that really means, which I don't think that's the truth. I don't think that's the truth at all. You know what I mean? Yeah, it sounds fishy. The outlaw pugilist. Yeah, it sounds fishy. But it is what it is. Okay? You know, but again, this is what happens when people talk about something they know nothing about. Okay. And see, I get counterpunched. You know why? Because people inbox me, people send me stuff that is not verified, is not validated. This is what happens. This is exactly what happens. Meaning, stop sidetracking during a story, Kurt. You can do what you want inside your house. Oh, okay. Didn't know what that means. You know, not from UK. But cool. But no, listen. When someone tells you something, you take it for cash value. That's why I knew. Here's the thing. And based on, and then here's the thing. Somebody can tell you something to protect them. But this is kind of touch and go. This is self-explanatory. Like, okay, when somebody tells you, like, look, this is not what it is, I would appreciate people stop posting things, you know. And maybe, like you said, well, there's been some pictures of Daniel and the girl. Maybe he was interested in the girl and the girl wasn't necessarily interested in him. But I can tell you this, they have some type of relationship. It's just not the relationship that people said that they have. That's all. She's not Mrs. She is not, because see, based on what people are saying and people are telling me or feeding me that she's about to be Mrs. Dubois. That's not the truth. That ain't even the case at all. Stop press fight has been pulled according to some YouTube videos. They're both slow and no boxing IQ. Props to AJ for taking this fight. I'm just telling you, man. I'm just telling you, and just keeping it real with you guys, because what it is when people think they know something about boxing is something totally different. You know, again, people are going to say, nah, he back on that juice. There was no reason for him to say that. And my counterpunch to Daniel Dubois is Daniel Dubois went down there to soil his royal oats. The man is 27 years old. He doesn't have a Brazilian girlfriend. And let me ask you guys something. Where did that come from anyway? Because I guarantee you, we have, 300-400 people on here right now that's watching right now. You know, closer to 4. Where did the whole Daniel Dubois has a Brazilian girlfriend come from? Where did it come from? I just want to know, where did it come from? That's what I want to know. Think they know something about boxing is something totally different. Well, that came from. Did he come from Fish Eyes? Did Fish Eyes let that go? Did he post somewhere that, hell, it's a Brazilian girlfriend and she's beautiful, she's gorgeous? That's why he went. Was that what it was? His camp leaked it most likely. Okay. I know where I've heard some things and I've got some inboxes. And then, you know, people are like, hey, well, where'd that come from? I'm from Nigeria and I love you. Boxing takes always objective. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you, Matthew, in the building. I think there was a video of him with a Brazilian lady. Okay, now, a picture with a Brazilian lady doesn't mean anything. You take pictures with people all the time. Don't mean I'm getting with them. Don't mean I'm about to marry them. That doesn't mean anything. What does that mean? A few channels reported on it. Yeah, a few channels reported on it. A few channels made videos on speculation. You know what I mean? But if you have the full scoop and you know exactly what's going on, then you will know exactly what to post. What's up, Kurt? UK in the house. Dream Boy in the building. What's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. So listen, I don't care for all the back talk, because I'll say this. That lady, she could have took that a totally different way. She could have took that straight to YouTube. And when you take something to YouTube, you know, YouTube views it as though you're guilty until proven innocent. Oh, yeah. They'll snatch your thing down, and then it's up to you to prove that it's not what they say it is. I know. Trust me. I know. Dion W in the building. What's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. Member in the building. Well, Triple D did say something happened over there. That's why he was so mad. And he said, well, yeah, something happened. A lot of things happened. He just happened to go over there and pop off a lot of royal oats. That's what he did. You know, this is YouTube friendly. I'm changing my vernacular because, you know, people are, you know, I don't know if I don't know. I'm just, you know, this is for YouTube. You know, YouTube has their own rules and guidelines. I seen her comment under Danny Dubois' post, "Love of my life. If I find the post of the IG, I'll find it." Joker, please send it to me, because according to that, that ain't what that was. You know what? Wait. Under Danny Dubois' post, I seen her post something of a boxing video saying boxing the new love of my life. She didn't say nothing about Dubois, but please send that to me and inbox it to me. You know what I mean? Because if we get conflicting evidence, that means, because see, here's the deal. Danny Dubois, because the video that I was going to make, or I've already made, Danny Dubois, I didn't want to see the guy hurt. He's a young bloke, and you can tell he's bashful, he's shy. You know what I mean? And if that's what he's dealing with somebody that's not really decided, or somebody that may be an opportunist. That's not good for him. Okay? Why would he risk this fight by having a whatever in Brazil? Listen, how would he do that? He just fought, whatchamacallit. You can do what you can do. I mean, that's after the fight. That's right after Hergovic. Appreciate you, Joker MP. He wants to keep his girlfriend and relationship private, that's all. Okay. Hey, nothing wrong with that either. But if that's the case, though, that ain't the case, though, bro. Because if that's the case, you have no issue. I get that. Because if I'm like these days, if I'm dating someone these days, no. It wouldn't be all out in the open like that. You know what I mean? Especially when people know you. You know, if enough people see me to know who I am. You know what I mean? So if you know you're on camera, you're on media, you're seen frequently, people are going to know who you are. So yeah, I can understand Dubois wanting to do that, and I can understand her wanting to do that. And she is private. I get that too. But her saying, I don't want to be a part of all that, that tells wonders. And why you ask that is because, for one thing, if I'm dating someone, if someone's the love of my life, there is no way I'm going to tell somebody, hey, can you take my picture down from your video with me and the love of my life in it? Think about it, people. Come on, it ain't, you know what I'm saying? It ain't that difficult to realize. You wouldn't go to someone like that unless that was false. Come on now. Lee Fisher, I was at AJ versus Klitschko in this amazing venue. Wow, can't wait to be back for Dubois and AJ. Yeah, that's going to be big, bro. That's going to be big. And I look forward to it. I already got the drums out because I'll be here. You know, I'll be here. Unfortunately, I would love to be in the UK, but I can't, you know. My job screwed me over with the dates. Therefore, I couldn't make the arrangements, you know, but I have something just as good because for the people that didn't see the fight or whatever, you know, during that time, I will be running a live stream, hopefully to show you guys. I will be sending clips of the fight live. So that's that's what I'm attempting to do. So we'll see how successful that is. You know what I mean? But Skrilla, yeah, it was incredible. Man, I bet, bro. I bet. Because me and my dad saw that fight. Right here. 2017 in April. You know? I went to AJ versus Ruiz 1. I know that was a big one. That was a big surprise. Huge surprise. Now, you got to give it up to the Brits, bro. The British fans. The British boxing fans. The BBF. The BBF comes in droves. They come ready and steady. They come amped. They come with that energy from there to here. They do that, man. I remember when Ricky Hatton fought Floyd Mayweather, bro. It was crazy. It was crazy. And he lost. Didn't matter. Hell, AJ lost to Ruiz. Didn't matter. Kurt, I'll definitely be watching your reaction post-fight. Absolutely. Man, I can't wait. I'm not too amped for this. Look, I'm amped more for this live video right here that we're having, exposing everything to show that something ain't what we thought it was, versus what we're going to do tonight. But it's still going to be a fight. Bars. And I want you guys to tune in as well, as long as you can, because that's time difference, and that starts at 7, so that means it starts at 1. Then it may end at 4 or 5. You know what I mean? And that's if everyone fights the full distance. So if every fight goes the 10 to 12 rounds, yeah, it's a crazy trip. DT. Bro, Daniel Dubois went to Brazil. He didn't go there to see a particular person. That person that they blamed it on told me so. That's all. That's what that means. That ain't what it was. Don't put me in it. I have nothing to do with it. He wasn't even where I'm from. He was in another place doing his own thing. Okay, if you guys just don't know what that means exactly what I said. I have a feeling Belonga gonna surprise some people. Chet Perry, I would love for that to happen. I would love for that to happen. If he knocked Canelo out, sit his ass to retirement. See you later. You got gas stations, you got convenience stores, huh? And you got a lot of money. You got houses, you got properties, you got businesses. You're not fighting the people we want to see you fight anyway. Nobody cares. UK Harden supporters, win or lose, they are covered. They are covering up Dubois. Well, they shouldn't. Dubois is 27 years old. That man wants to go to a foreign country and do what he does. Let him do it. That's what it's known for. Brazil is known for carnival, beautiful women, beautiful drinks, beautiful beaches, hot weather, capoeira, right? Jiu-jitsu. You know what I mean? That's what it's known for. I can't wait to dance to them Cuban drums. That's it, baby. I've always thought, to be fair, honestly, in his earlier days. Matt from the UK, love the content. Matthew, or Mathwan. Check out a fight called Taz Nadam. Think you will appreciate his story and style. Being things coming. Okay, Taz Nadim. Okay. James Bash coming in with that. Cash, what's up, brother? Counterpunching you, man. Where you been? Been a minute. When AJ's KOs Triple D, I don't want to hear people undermine it by saying they were sparring partners or Triple D was weak. I don't want to hear that either. I'm tired of hearing that, man. I'm tired of people moving the goalpost. Jeremiah, man, you missed everything. Kurt got his drink on. No, man, this is water with lemon. Dude, I ain't had an alcoholic beverage? No. Now, it's from a cup that is from an alcoholic cup, yeah. So I go to bars and I'll get lemon slices, lime slices, orange slices, a couple cherries in there. People look at it, especially if it's a glass. If it's a glass you can see through, they'll look at it like, man, what is that? Oh, it's agua con fruta. Agua con fruta. That's what it is. You're like, what was that? Don't worry about it. Good stuff. Appreciate that love, James Bash, coming in with that cash, man. Miss those contributions and love like that. Fight enthusiasm. My bad. No, it's all good. It's all good. Is your stomach okay now, Kurt? Yeah, I'm good. My stomach's good. There was a bug going around this area. Like, people were getting sick. I had a cousin that got sick. I was around him. I was sick. And then also COVID's coming back over here. So that's another big thing, Yeah, this does sound like groundwork for Joshua excuse if Dubois wins. I got to say, man, well, it is what it is. All I can say is when someone when someone comes to me and tells me specifically, like, hey, take something down, take something away, you know what I mean? You have to you have to take it. No, I don't get sick a lot at all, really. AJ is on PEDs. Okay. People have been saying that from day one. They said the same thing about Manny Pacquiao. Hey, Kurt, what do you think Dubois was doing in Brazil? Benjamin, I know what he was doing in Brazil. He was sowing his royal oats. I agree with Don on this one. St. Don, this is big as if. Yeah, man, you're always getting colds. I am. He wasn't in Brazil for that. Bill Keaveney. Okay, see? What was he in? What was in Brazil for? All right, let's do a poll since we have over 300 people in here, and I want all 300 people to answer. Okay. Okay. All right. So now I just started a poll. Boom. You guys go ahead and vote. Right? So you guys can tell me, why do you think Danny Dubois went to Brazil? Because it's not clear still. Okay. Usyk versus Bakali. Kurt, did you know the YB mentioned you in a recent video? No, I didn't. I know the YB. What's up, Mike Dons? And I was like, okay. It's crazy though. You would think, how you hear someone's voice and then you think like the voice that they have don't match the voice that how they look. I never thought he looked like that. I thought he was like a blonde-haired white kid from like Northern England or something. I was like, you look nothing like that. You look like kind of Arabic. You don't need to go to Brazil to juice. We have plenty in the UK. Okay? 45 votes. Okay. Hey, you guys go ahead and vote. Use the poll. Tell me what you think. Because this is what this is about. This is not even about relationships because Danny Dubois didn't even claim to be in a relationship. Now, he did say my Brazilian queen. I want more intel on that because people are saying this and that, but regardless of what was said, this is what was told to me. This ain't what I heard. What you hear is from somebody, then from somebody else. No. If you hear somebody tell you, hey, take that down, I ain't got nothing to do with that. That's that. He went to Brazil to get the latest undetectable designer pads. Remember Huey Lewis, Kurt, the singer? I swore he was a black man as a kid until I saw him. D-Ted. Yeah, I remember that. He's from Huey Lewis is from the 80s, man. Like when I was younger, I sing like Back to the Future, That's the power of love, right? Yeah. Yeah. That's just the power of love. Yeah, you'd think that too if you didn't know. I already knew though, because I think I seen him live because my brother used to watch a lot of live performances by singers, so we knew who that was, right? But yeah, if you didn't see him, yeah, you wouldn't think that, Beverly Hills Cop, Back to the Future, Beverly Hills Cop. Yeah, man. Those movies, and here's the thing. I'm glad they haven't, and they probably will, because, people don't have originality. They'll probably try to make Back to the Future again. You know what I mean? I hope they don't, because that's a classic. Robert Zemeckis has done, brilliant work. And this, you got to understand, this was in the 90s, and I was a huge Michael J. Fox fan at the time, because he was in Family Ties, and then he was doing Family Ties, and he was doing the Back to the Future movies all at one time. So, yeah. Dubois is chronic. Kurt, last 3 concerts you've attended. Well, I mean, I just, the Harmony and Hip Hop was last month. Humor and Harmony, should I say, was last month. And I mean, you had Keith Sweat, you had L.B. Sure, you had Soul to Soul. No, Soul to Real. No, Soul to Soul. Yeah. I mean, you had so many people. You had Christopher Williams. You had 50 Cent, of course. So before that, though, like a concert, the last concert, I don't know. Nah, she got busted up. Now she's afraid her man's going to sell it all over the internet. Soul to Soul were British. Don't let Shot Frank fool you. They're desperate for this win. The AJ fight is. The AJ fight is the only reason Frank kept Triple D prompted up. Peace, Brother Kurt. What your top teen 80 movies? Mine is Porky's the first one. Weird Science, Revenge of the Nerds, and Great Outdoors. Yep. Why is it that only Dubois is accused of taking drugs? Why not AJ? Well, AJ's always accused of taking PEDs. To be fair, but they asked Danny Dubois, like, hey, why haven't you signed up for it? So that was that. I don't know what to tell you. Because as Joshua fans themselves, he gets beat. But no, don't get it twisted. She is a pro Dubois fan. She may not be the woman of Danny Dubois, but she is a fan of Danny Dubois. And we don't know that because you guys are now saying, no, man, we seen some of this, that, and the other. I don't know. Triple D has a better chance of becoming charismatic than beating AJ. She's his PR handler. You know what? I wouldn't doubt that. I just think if that's the case, if she is his PR handler, I don't think she would want to be looked at in a certain light. See, if that's the case, the PR handlers are the people that protect a certain image. Well, if the PR handler becomes involved in the image, they want to stand back from. They want to be more standoffish, which makes sense. A week on Sunday, Dubois will be crap. Why was in Brazil none of our business? Why was in Brazil none of our business? It wasn't. It wasn't none of our business. See, here's the thing. Danny Dubois said he went to Brazil. We didn't find out he was in Brazil. This wasn't like, hey, Danny Dubois was in Brazil. No, he said so. He said so. That wasn't anything that we had to cover up or dig up or find out. This cat was in Brazil because he said he was in Brazil. We could maybe look at AJ's dark room thing as a cycling down time, Kurt. Well, he was only in there 3 days or whatever. But people would think that. Why you gotta be by yourself 3 days? What's wrong with you? And you ask yourself like that, talking about AJ. If you're talking about AJ, look at it like this. What kind of sleep does this man get? Because if you want to be in a dark room for 3 days, maybe he don't get enough sleep. And if you don't get enough sleep, you're not going to properly function anyway. AJ also said he was in Brazil. I bet he was. That's why he asked Daniel. He knew, man, look, you go to Brazil for certain things, bro. Nobody's dumb. I'm going to Brazil. Do you know how many, okay. You know how many wives, if they find out their husbands, where you going, baby? Oh, I'm going with the fellas to where? Brazil. No, you ain't. Oh, okay, you can go, but your stuff is going to be waiting for you outside. People are not dumb, bro. Come on, man. People are not stupid. People are not stupid, bro. What goes on in Brazil in a suit? That what I want to know. Who goes to Brazil in a suit? Depends on what kind of suit. Depends on what kind of suit. Daniel wouldn't have mentioned going if he was doing something suspicious, though, unless it was a slip of the tongue. Counterpunch to that, Vincent. Now, I would. That's more believable. Why would he say he's going to Brazil if he knew he was going down there to take needle injections or take some new kind of drug that was going to help him win? You know. And if it was a new type of drug, you have to keep in mind that's dumb. Why would you want to experiment on your body a new type of drug? See what I mean? Like, why would you have to? Why would that be something that you think would be a good idea? You know, oh, dude, this is new. This is makes you know how you don't know how long it stays in your system. You know, if you were a drug user, if you were a performance enhancing drug user, and you were familiar with certain drugs, if you were a guy like Jarrell Miller, you know, and you knew like, hey, you take these drugs and then you got to take them and then you got to cycle off them 2 weeks and things of that nature. Now, if you knew that, why would you do something experimental in Brazil? It's experimental. You don't know what to expect. You know? Daniel's a very simple soul. I think so. Has this been officially confirmed? Has what been officially confirmed? I'm going to tell you what was confirmed. I've got someone that told me to take that damn picture down to them. And the person that told me to take that picture down with them was the person in the picture. I can tell you that. Easy to say you're going, easy to say first you're going on vacay, then get found out and questioned. Probably so. You know, and look, maybe it was something like that. Maybe it was something that he, you know, but then it's like here's the thing. Why would you go to Brazil without somebody you're dating? That doesn't make any sense. And I'm going to tell you a personal story of mine. I went to Brazil. When was the last time I went to Brazil? I went to Brazil in 2000. When the last time I went there? It was back in the day, right? Years ago. And the funny thing was, I didn't supposed to be there. And it was a thing. I didn't supposed to be there. Well, just so happened the girl that I was dating found out I was there. Then they were like, "What are you doing down there?" Because it's like this. It's like this. Look, if you're down there and you're down there by yourself, you're not gonna bring sand to a beach. I'm gonna leave it at that. Okay, you're not gonna bring sand to a beach. I'm Sofa King. We told DID. We told it. We Todd did. I don't know what that means. Does Brazil have an anti-quitter drug? Because what? He's gonna need it. Dubois is smart. He saves money. Yeah, he goes down there and, you know, who have you got winning tonight, Canelo or the other guy? I got Canelo beating him. And you know what? I think Belonga is now, I look at that fight now, Belonga is young enough, tall, strong. I think he's going to go out. I predicted he's going to go out from a body shot. That could be the case. However, I don't know if Canelo, we don't know how Canelo's going to come. Canelo may go in there and be an old man overnight. Hey, I just have auditions right now, brother. So I have one due Monday. So, nothing booked though. Nothing booked. D. Ted, what's so special about Brazilian women that make men go there? Why don't you go there and find out? Joshua has medical exemptions. What's that for? And contain? I don't know. I have no idea, bro. I've heard of that, but I don't know enough about it to report on it. That's like saying I'm going to the DR for the food. Yeah, man. Kurt versus old James Toney. I ain't fighting James Toney. Nope. No, thank you. Kurt, you have to tell me. I might just go there too. You need to go there. Skrilla 50, become a passport bro. Yeah. Passport bro. Yeah, man. No. Purple Gaming, what's going on? Man, everything went on. It's already said and done. An hour of fun, an hour of breaking down and counterpunching. Or are we saying it was wrong for me to go to Brazil? Can't he go to Brazil for any reason? There's only certain reasons he goes there. That's the point. I mean, we all know what that is. Let's stop. Let's stop with that. Let's stop with that. There we go. Okay. Why go to during training camp? He wasn't in training camp. He didn't go during training camp. That's the thing. He didn't go during training camp. Okay? So that's the whole point. He didn't go there. Kurt, have you been to Colombia? Several times. Absolutely. The best point Hatman has made in years is that Dubois quit against men he couldn't hit effectively. He could hit both Miller and Hergovic. I don't think he will hit AJ I don't think he will hit AJ regularly. He will quit or I don't know. Just something. Some show. Yeah, I think he quit from Dubois just from like I told you guys, from just sheer frustration. I think he quit against Dubois. Dubois had him to the point where, Brazil is better than me. Brazil is a lot better than me. I love Brazil. You know what I mean? Colombia is okay. I haven't been to Medellin. I may go there next, maybe. But, because I was just hearing some stuff about Medellin. That was the murder capital of the world like 30 years ago when Pablo was around. When Escobar was around. Can't blame him if he's smashing back doors out of Brazilian birds. Have you seen some of them? Yeah, I have. Kurt, training in the UK. I bet his dad put him on Brazil. No, maybe. Maybe his dad went with him. Who knows? I have tickets, so stop staring it up. Woke up to see the Smith-Kelly fight off. That's one fight lost. Let's not get the main fight called off too. Joyce distance control against Dubois was superior. Well, not really. Joyce just constantly caught him, and he kept hitting him in the same place. Joyce is just He just kept on hitting him, and he just looked, and it was crazy because it was just like, dude, there's no. Like someone jabbing like that, you got to be able to lean and counter. And at times Dubois was doing it, but he wasn't using his head. He was just more like, bow, bow, Then he would come in with this onslaught of like these combinations. Bro, no. His girlfriend lives in Brazil. Greetings from Southwell. DJ Anton, that's a lie. His girlfriend doesn't live in Brazil. That's what I'm saying. His girlfriend doesn't live there. Now, could it have been another girl? Nah, more than likely, no. Because people are looking for this chick that doesn't exist. They're looking for this chick that doesn't exist. AJ's chin will be tested. Good. It should be tested. And Dubois should test it. Dubois should have just gone to Blackpool for the ladies. The British boys will understand the quality is a lot better than Brazil. Elohim, it was like the Home Alone movie. Don't move, then hit me, then hit him. Joyce was hitting him, and Dubois was staying fixed. Triple D's lack of defense will be exploited. I don't think AJ versus Dubois will be as explosive as people think. I expect a very cautious fight from both guys. Well, if they're both hard hitters, you're gonna see some type of apprehensiveness for a while. AJ will end in 3 rounds. It's not that he has no head movement. It's more like his head movement is so predictable, it may as well be static. Right. I mean, basically it's very poor. But I mean, pretty much. Adara, you kill me with that. You're saying, did I see your message? You should just send the message again. Did you see my message twice from you? I haven't saw it. Dubois' leg will fold. Oh, man. Triple D is the family dollar, AJ. Damn. Hey, man, look, Daniel Dubois got some M's, though. Not everybody can be AJ. Not everybody will make the money like AJ. So, I'm hearing AJ is different level now. Well, we hear that. I'm hearing that too. This week will be AJ Dubois pretty much all week. After this Canelo exhibition. This is all it's going to be, man. Canelo and Belanga is going to be an exhibition. So we're going to stay tuned for it. We're going to see it live together. Right? Jason Wei, love the channel. Appreciate you, brother. AJ footwork is bad as Triple D's head movement. No, it's not. No, it's not at all. But we'll find out next week. Good morning, Kurt. What time will you be going live tonight? 7 p.m. So that's probably, 7 p.m. Central. So I'm imagining that's 1 a.m. for you guys over there. So everybody that's here, go to the store, grab some beers. Take you a nap from your time, sleep until like midnight. Go to sleep about 8 p.m. Wake up around 12:30. Okay? Then we're going to start this live stream. So we can stay up and watch this exhibition of Canelo to see what he still has left and to see how hungry this young Puerto Rican fighter, Edgar Berlanga, is from New York. Okay? That's what we need to do. Okay? All 200 of you guys or whatever, All right. Can you imagine a girl with a mix of different human races? What? In one, generation of mixing. Yeah. Go to anywhere. You see that all the time. It's just people don't know what they see. Don't feel excited enough to stay up. Okay. Well, that's one person. Don't feel excited. Okay, got that. Gun shy. He may relive the trauma in New York. If he catches him with a left hook may be the kryptonite of AJ. You know, and as soon as look, if Daniel Dubois knocks out AJ with a left hook, let me tell you guys something. You know, the first person will be jumping up and down. Andy Ruiz. See, I told you he couldn't take left hooks. Everyone thought he was injured. I just had the power of La Raza, the power of La Raza, the power of Snicker. If you watch Dubois the last three fights, you can see that he actually tries to move his head. But the main problem is that he forgets to move his feet and stays in range too long. AJ will exploit that. Kurt, what will happen to Canelo if there's an upset? I think he'll have a rematch with Belonga. He would have to pay Belonga a lot more money. Belonga will then be a superstar, and then he will become a major ass. He would. Because, see, Belonga's already smelling himself. I've learned that about Edgar. You know, when I started to dislike him when he couldn't deal with guys that like to box. Oh, man, he just run, man. He just run, man. I don't like no runners. You know what I'm saying? I don't like no runners, you know. So, you know, he just ran most of the time. I like somebody to come and fight. So if he beats Canelo, he's going to turn into Plant and stuff like that. You know, because you got Plant, you have other fighters there that could fight, you know, in Belonga. You know, if he really, I would like it because I want Canelo to get out of here. Canelo, go away. I'm tired of Canelo. Canelo has done everything. He's holding up the sport of boxing, honestly. People think he's holding it up. No, he's holding it up. There's a difference. He needs to get out of the way. Let Tank and what all those dudes do, let him do that. Like Tank, Joshua, and who else? I don't know who else is just the big guys, but really Tank and Joshua. And, you know, and he's not fighting anybody. He's doing these fights that nobody wants to see, you know. And he, you know, and then all these fighters that are fans of Canelo and they want to fight Canelo. Like everybody wants to fight the same dude. But if Belonga beats, he's going to be a worser version. One thing I'll give Andy Ruiz. Andy Ruiz did start smelling himself too. I'm not going over there. I don't trust the UK. I'm the champion. Right? He started smelling himself. We knew he was going to do. He started getting bigger and started eating. You know, he started to do what Tyson Fury did when he beat Klitschko. That's what Andy did. Andy just did what Tyson Fury did. I mean, I don't dislike him for that. Was it the smartest thing to do? No, it was not. It wasn't at all. But at the end of the day, you know, Belonga beats Canelo. His ego will just grow, bro. It will mutate. You know. Yeah, I told you I'd knock him out. You know, I told you, God is king. Jesus is king. I told y'all I'm going to whoop him. I told y'all I was going to beat him. I told y'all I was going to beat him, bro. I felt it. I told you I was going to break his face. Then he's going to fight Canelo again. Win or lose, it ain't going to matter because after that, Belonga won't be. He will be a Jeff Lacey that got an opportunity. Who wins? Daniel Dubois versus Andy Ruiz. You know, believe it or not, I think Andy would beat Daniel Dubois. Just lack of, I would like to see it. Just like I would like to see Daniel Dubois versus Dillian White. But no, I think Andy's hands are too fast. His upper movement is too fast. Here's the thing. You can't get Andy in there. The only way we see an Andy Ruiz versus Danny Dubois fight, Daniel would have to stop Joshua. Because Joshua ain't fighting Andy no more. He ain't fighting Andy Ruiz no more. Andy Ruiz will beg for that fight for here the next 5 years. Please, Anthony, please, give me an opportunity. We need a trilogy. It's a trilogy. I won one first time. Then you won the second. Now it's time we need to break the tie. Papi, dile a él, por favor, la revancha, dile. Tú eres mi mero, ¿por qué? Dile a él. Dile a él, Eddie Hearn, por favor. Andy gonna beg, bro. The only way he get a Danny Dubois fight is Turkey Al Sheik has to fund it, and then Andy has to win some because Andy's not good right now. He got to, he is his hand is broken. He's in recovery, and he has to let that heal, and but does he still has fast hands? Yeah, but I think, and I do question why isn't he, or why wasn't he in good shape? Why wasn't he in the like Jarrell Miller took the time he needed to be a lot better than he was. Andy didn't. So I have to look at Andy like, hey, dude, is Andy really serious about this or what? That his Brazilian trip is really fishy. Yep. I think Miller beat Andy Ruiz. It was draw. Yeah. I think he beat Andy because he just outworked Andy, especially like the later rounds. He just started outworking Andy. I hate what happened to Andy's hand though. Because Andy was starting to, counter. The last time we saw Andy, he struggled against Chris Arreola. Yeah, Chris Arreola, man, and Chris actually looked good. He was lean, he was trim, and he was actually in better shape than he was earlier in his career. And a lot of these fighters, unfortunately, they start really getting wisdom as they get older, but they no longer have the reflexes. You know what I'm saying? So they could have and should have done that, years ago. Like Chris Arreola looked good when he fought Andy. He didn't have the hunchback thing, he wouldn't have had his gut, and he wasn't all fat like he'd been eating a bunch of enchiladas and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But now he just, he looks good. Now, that right hand sit, bow, set Andy down, set Andy's young butt down. That was in 2001. So that Andy was what, 32? Ruiz would have lost to Grandpa Ortiz if he didn't duck him first. He would have. Ortiz would have beat him up. Ortiz, man, I feel bad for him because he was a used Cuban that was not educated in business. See, sometimes you have to know a certain limit of business yourself to see how good it's going for you, or to see how good someone is doing for you, is helping you. How are they guiding you? You have to know certain things. You have to know that, hey, this guy over here got this fight, but I can't get this fight yet. I've done more than this guy over here. You have to have a business mind. You can't just sitting there like a gym monkey and work out and train and let someone else handle your business, but at the same time not knowing what the business is. And that's what Luis Ortiz done. That's where Luis Ortiz is. You know what I mean? He just sitting there. He's in the gym and he knows, like, yo, what's going on with my career? What fights am I getting? How is it progressing? What's happening? Jarrell Miller versus Daniel Dubois rematch. Oh, that's a good one. Because I don't know. Because, see, it depends on what type of damage Daniel Dubois takes in this next fight. If Daniel Dubois gets knocked out, he may not be any good no more. And then fighting someone like Jarrell Miller would be a bad idea, especially if Jarrell Miller is really focused on his career. That would be a big step up for Daniel, or really, because Daniel needs someone like, I don't know. Because, see, it's strange because Turkey Al Sheik, he's not giving people these easy fights no more. He's giving fights that actually matter. They actually mean something. They're actually a challenge. So, yeah, someone like Jarrell Miller that has redeemed himself, he's redeemed himself because people look at his fight as a win. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, if Daniel loses, that fight may happen again. They may come right back together, be like, Dubois, you're not finished. You're a good fighter, you're champion. Fight Jarrell Miller again. Then that gives Jarrell Miller an opportunity to ascend, to right his wrong. Okay? So that could happen. Steak dinner all day. Five Guys. I'm not Derek Chisora, bro. See, burgers. And I love a good burger. I love a tasty burger. Right? But at the same time, I want a real burger. I don't want nothing soy. I don't want cheap K beef. I want ribeye. I want grass fed. You know what I mean? When I make a burger, I want bison, grass fed, bison beef. That's what I want. I don't want that crap that you get from McDonald's or Burger King or nothing. Like, no, bro, no, those days are over. You know what I mean? If you look, unless you're starving like Marvin and you're just, hey, I got to get a burger. Yeah, you probably pick one up. But no, you have to know the quality of the meat that they serve. If you don't know that or they can't supply that to you, you don't need to be in their establishment. I'd rather pay $20 for a gourmet burger if I know that burger patty is real, okay? I'm not going to go to McDonald's and Burger King and stuff like that. This ain't 1985, okay? A lot of that stuff, they use soy. Soy is the ones that grow your tits, and you got dudes got titties down to here, you know, wondering like, wait, what? What's going on with this dude's chest, man? He got tits like a chick. Well, that's why, you know. AJ would knock Dubois out. 11, Kurt, my man. Okay. Big belly Miller, a joke fighter. Not bad accents. Can you give us an AJ impression? No, not now. Kurt, you ever eat squirrel? Absolutely. We make dumplings with it here. Absolutely. My uncle, man. Shout out to Uncle C. Uncle C's right over there. Uncle C, man, used to make a squirrel soup. We used to eat it with rice and crackers. Yeah, crazy. Me too, Kurt, unless it's Shake Shack. Shake Shack. I think I remember that. I think they got some in Texas. Yeah, dude. Squirrel? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, they get the business. Now, don't get me wrong. They're mad cute. I love to see squirrels. You know, while I was back in Austin, I used to just watch squirrels, you know, run around. I mean, they don't do that there, obviously. You see deers. I love deer. Bro, deer, squirrel. Yeah, especially deer, dude. I love deer. Deer sausage? Now, that's what, dude, I love that. It's lean. Get some toasted bread, bro, and, you know, depends. You know, like you can eat a deer burger, right? You can eat it like if you're eating it after 12 o'clock for a lunch. You can eat it. I like mayonnaise with mine. You know, I like mayonnaise. Put a little lettuce, tomato, you know, or if it's breakfast, eat some eggs with it, bro. Take an egg or take some preserves or jelly. I like strawberry, not grape. I like strawberry jelly and put it on there and, you know, toasted bread, you know, slice it up the middle, divide and conquer, take it to the face. I love that, bro. Wish we had more choice of meats over here in the UK. Yeah, man, over here is diabolical, but at the same time, you know, you have to be careful over here, guys, because over here we got a lot of stuff that will kill you and that's no good for you. We have a lot of red dye induced products and it's not good for us. None of it. It's horrible. Kurt, have you leaned more to this carnivore way of eating? I look at carnivore way of eating, especially less carbs, more protein, you know, especially as I get older, you know, you need to exercise and do the proper things. The only deer I like is my wife. I heard that, Elohim, but I like deer too. And I ain't talking about Bambi. That's a cartoon from Disney. Okay, I'm talking about real life. Doe. What's wrong with your eyelids? Eyeballs? I don't know. Dubois may be on steroids, though. But listen. Okay, well, let's check this. Let's check this real quick. All right. And here we go. Out of 266 votes, people. All right. It is in. You guys have voted. This is your voice. Who was Daniel? Why was Daniel Dubois in Brazil? I don't know why I put why. It's supposed to have been why, not who. Fucking typos. But anyway, 23% says women. 49% says PEDs. 28% says something else. I shouldn't even put something else because that could mean anything. What do you think about Malik Scott saying that Wilder's best years are still yet ahead of him? Because let's hope it's true. But I mean, I think that's just PR. I think that's damage control. I think, his best years are ahead of him because he just married a beautiful lady and he's going to do some freaky stuff with that beautiful lady. God bless him. You know what I mean? Kurt, would you eat Cape buffalo? Yep. The buffalo? Dude, that's the best meat. What do you mean? That's the best meat. So, but anyway, guys, I got to start with the content for the day. I'm glad that you guys reached out. I'm glad you guys tuned in. But yeah, that's something that I could not hold. I will be live today, come 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Canelo versus Belonga, Mexico versus Puerto Rico. Take a nap, come back, view in, be well, and I will see you guys later on today. And everyone has been counterpunched. Peace!